Take a deep breath, engage your core and hinge your hips backward. Make sure you do not bend your knees, touch the ground and then hinge forwards to reverse the movement and repeat. If you can do that without bending your knees, congratulations, you are flexible. Personally, I find it hard to do this movement. That is why I brought my colleague Hulk to demonstrate this movement. He's going to show us his flexibility and mobility routine. So guys, keep watching if you want to better your mobility and flexibility. He's making a variation of the earlier test we made to ascertain if you really are flexible or not. But even if you are flexible, you can still incorporate these movements into your routine to reach an advanced level. So Hulk, thank you for giving us your time on this channel. Guys, you can go and check out his YouTube channel. It is called Mulungi the Hulk. I'm going to put that on the screen. For the first movement, all you need is a pole. Place it on your upper back, straighten your arms and move side to side. Make sure the pole touches your ankles, but if you're not that flexible enough, you can go as far as you can, but that should be your gold standard. And after that, you can hold it to that side, and then after you tilt to the other side and also hold it there for some time. Hold it until it burns. You're going to feel it in your core, you're going to feel it in your obliques. Trust me, it is not as easy as it looks. For the next movement, keep the pole on your upper back, but instead of moving side to side, all you have to do is do a good morning. Make sure at the top of the movement you thrust forward. Keep your legs wider than shoulder width and make it a point to go as far as you can. For the next movement, hold the pole in an overhead position, then twist one arm backwards and one above, and then stick your belly forwards. Go as far behind to the side as possible. For the next movement, hold the pole beyond shoulder width and make it a point to keep your arms straight. Take them as far back as possible without bending at your elbows. Please do not attempt to use a barbell for this movement. You risk getting hurt. Start small. You can do this movement before your bench press session as a warm-up in the gym. Trust me, you're going to loosen up your shoulders, you're going to warm up your shoulders, and trust me, this is very good for your shoulder mobility. Many guys can't get into that front squat position. Before you attempt to skin the cat, make sure you are comfortable with this movement. For the next movement, we have a Hindu push-up. To perform a Hindu push-up, start in an upside down V position. Dive forward and then in a scooping motion, scoop your head upward while arching your lower and upper back. That is the bottom part of the movement. Then you can reverse the entire movement. Do not forget to engage your core, relax your spine and neck, open the shoulders and keep the movement as a one fluid and smooth motion. Don't forget to dig your toes into the ground. Your feet have to be at shoulder width, but if you're a beginner, you can ensure that they are slightly beyond shoulder width. Stand tall, your legs shoulder or more than shoulder width apart. Thrust forward and make sure when you're bending to touch just beyond your legs. Make sure your quads are engaged. Do not bend at the knees. Whenever I flex my quads, I realize it is hard for me to bend at the knees. For the next exercise, the same principles are going to apply, only that here we've added a new layer. You have to touch behind your feet and forwards, then you thrust up. But the same principles apply. You have to keep your knees locked in, thrust at the top. Make sure you touch as far back behind your feet as possible without bending your knees. Flex your quads, loosen your spine and engage your core. Trust me, this movement is worth the money. Cross your legs and bend sideways. Bend sideways. That is all you have to do. It is a side bend but with your legs crossed. Don't forget to engage your core and touch as far down as you can. Switch to the other side and do something similar. This movement is going to hit not only your obliques but also your abs. Trust me, you're going to need to be balanced a little bit so that you do not tip over to the other side. Do the movement mindfully lest you lose your balance. Place a pole on top of your upper back and swing from side to side without shifting your feet from the position they are stationed at. Make sure your core is engaged and you go far back as you can. If you can do 360, kudos to you, but you go as far back behind as your mobility can allow you to. Bye.